It's just nonsense, isn't it? It's
It's
just
just
complete
stupid. It's
nonsense.
like them changing of the regular season is also stupid. So it's like, I mean, they can change it if they want. If they're going to say agree they're going to change the ball to bring more home runs and make it more exciting, then fair enough.
Yeah, I don't care if you're honest about it, and you've got it. You can even do it, like I said, season to season, but don't do it regular season to postseason because we're talking about the change in the ball has made and broken players' careers.
Yeah,
Certain teams will have constructed their roster thinking the ball's going to flop. Well, like the Twins, for instance. I don't think the Twins are as good a team if we're playing with the postseason ball in the regular season. Their thing was they're just going to have loads of guys who hit the ball really hard and up, and they hit a record number of home runs. Um, so it feels sort of dodgy. It's like I don't, it doesn't sit right with me at all that you do it within one campaign.
no, unless well, I know. I mean, even that I don't mind so much if it was like an agreed thing. I mean, it's
Yeah,
still a bit weird, and there's a reason why it won't be an agreed thing is because lots of people will be against it. But it's if it was like, okay, want we want postseason baseball to be different, you know,
yeah,
we don't want it to all be about just power. So they want the games to be closer. So so they change the ball for that, and that's the thing they do every year. But it's just the slightly weird denial of it.
yeah. It's all underhand for some reason.
Yeah,
I guess, like you say, it's because the teams wouldn't agree to it, and if they admitted it, they'd be open to all sorts of abuse from maybe even the Players Association.
yeah. I mean, at this point as well, after they've denied it so much,
Yeah, yeah.
like they admit it now.
Yeah, yeah. There's one of those things. What? So you've been lying for 3 years or whatever it is now?
Yeah, yeah. They can't really do that now, can they?
No.
But yeah, it's interesting to see how maybe this ball they're just going to use it next year as well. Maybe they decided they've had enough home runs. Who knows?
Yeah,
I suppose we'll see.
completely changed the game. You get people getting given contracts because they've been hitting the ball that flies,
Yeah,
and then they have to play with the ball that doesn't fly as well, and they're not as good a player.
yeah. Um, all right then. Let's actually look ahead to the World Series a bit more because we talk about teams separately and how they got there and stuff. Well, the last round, but yeah, who do you think is going to win? I mean, I think it's an obvious question, but what do you reckon?
Uh, I can't run away from the Astros now. Since they got Greinke, I've been almost over the top in my support of them
Yeah,
to win it all. I would say one thing I'd like to add though is this is a really cool matchup. I think
yeah,
this is a matchup I would have quite liked if I was offered it a few months ago. I think it's just a really
yeah. I
it's
quite
not
like.
it's not the Yankees, which is always
Yeah,
good.
I would
We
quite like the
don't.
Nationals to win because I just it's just a great narrative, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
If they were basically, I mean, especially with the whole, well, the NL East have been talking about all year, where they were basically written off almost as like they're going to be like fourth. They'll be in there, but they're the least favourites out of like the four like big teams in the NL East.
yeah,
And, and the Phillies now they've got Bryce Harper are going to be win the division and stuff. All this stuff before the season started, and the Phillies came fourth with Bryce Harper, and the Nationals, who the whole time they've had Bryce Harper and their whole history have had like this postseason curse, where they just can't win postseason games. Make it to the World Series and win the World Series as soon as Bryce Harper leaves.
yeah. You've got to love that, haven't you? You've just got to love. You've got to
Yeah,
love that. I think.
yeah. I think that'd be my favourite outcome. But yeah, the Astros are the favourites, the definite favourites.
Yeah,
Well,
the bullpen thing, as you said, they kind of got away with it that their bullpen wasn't strained by the Cardinals. But the other thing with this Astros team is like the Nats, actually, it's again the thing that you've talked about a lot over the last few years about the teams that have long at bats,
Yeah,
which tends to coincide with not striking out. But the Astros make you work hard, don't they? It's going
yeah,
to be really a lot of this is going to come down to which
yeah.
because the Houston's bullpen's good, but it's obviously not as good as Cole and Verlander. So it's a lot of this is going to be which lineup can grind enough. It's kind of the unfashionable stuff of baseball. It's not you're not going to be blowing Scherzer, Strasburg, Cole, or Verlander out of the game
Yeah,
inside
that,
5 innings.
yeah. There might be a couple of games where they do a game or two where one of the starters gives up a few and that decides it. But there is definitely going to be games decided by whose starter goes longer.
Yeah, don't have
Pretty
crap
much.
at bats. Do not have any
Yeah,
crap at bats because those extra few pitches could be the difference between them
yeah.
pitching out of a jam or not.
Or pitching 9 innings or 8 or 7
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
Maybe.
exactly.
Yeah. Um, Rendon as well, obviously, is like people seem to have actually started appreciating him during this postseason, which they hadn't before. As like he's like now. I've seen people talk about him as now actually legitimately one of the best players in baseball. Which I suppose maybe this season that has started happening a bit more. But
Yeah,
like he's at the moment he is probably, well, I was going to say the best third baseman, but Alex
well,
Bregman.
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah,
Was this really funny thing where I think that actually hurts him a bit, is because he's not even got he's probably like a top five player in Major League Baseball, a top five hitter.
yeah,
Um, but there's a chance that one of the guys better than him is also a third baseman, so he's not even the best third baseman. He's
yeah.
not even the best third baseman in the World Series. Like, he's a bit unlucky
I
that
know,
really.
but he's that also um, makes this year's free agency a bit like more exciting than it was before, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well,
he should be considered in like, well, like well, he's not young as Mercado and Harper were, but like I think for over like the last few seasons he's shown that he's a better hitter than them.
yeah. Well, the other thing with that is Garrett Cole's run through this playoffs. I know it shouldn't matter, and it maybe
Yeah,
won't to front offices, but it adds an extra bit of spice to his free agency as well.
yeah,
I mean, we've got the two biggest free agents both playing in the World Series. This offseason was meant to be a bit quieter, but to be honest, like you were just saying, Cole and Rendon are better players than Mercado and Harper. And we've
yeah,
got Donaldson as a free agent. This off season's actually going to be pretty big.
yeah, and I suppose that's sort of that's maybe an interesting like storyline actually. The World Series is that like actually the two biggest free agents that their stock has risen a lot
Massively, yeah.
over this over the season. And
Well,
I know if one of them is then has like
it-
leading player in a World Series win to their resume, so they just call it in America. um, yeah, that could give them some money. I guess that could earn them a bit more.
well, they're both so key to their teams as well. I think the
Yeah,
possibility of them re-signing is alive for both of them, isn't it?
yeah,
But they're so key to their teams that it adds an extra thing about a little bit of desperation as well.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, this if you take either of them off of the roster for next year,
There's a chance that you'd expect both of these teams uh, will be worse next year. I mean, they're
yeah,
probably worse anyway. But I mean, like there's almost like they're not going to have as good a chance next year as this year, either of them.
no, and that's the difference with the Astros this time to last time. Last
Yeah,
time, Bregman was just coming through. Correa was still this young player. Now Correa is kind of a bit injury riddled. They've now got loads of extension questions, and Cole's about to leave. It's something like this might be their peak.
yeah,
This is the problem with dynasties in baseball is you don't do them for more than like 3 or 4 years because even if you've got a brilliant young core, it either gets very, very
Yeah,
expensive or having free agents around them who are at their peak is
yeah.
hard.
And the Astros just traded away loads of their young players for Greinke, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they don't even have that quite the same farm
Yeah,
stock that they had
they've
before.
they've still got the couple of like headline ones, haven't they? Um, whatever that was, what are the names? Tucker and
And Whitley.
Whitley. Yeah, that's it. Still got those, but yeah, they've not got any depth in the farm at all now. So there's sort of it's like their best chance probably. Although I think they are so good that even if they lost Cole, they'd be among the favourites next year.
Oh yeah, I think they'd still be the favourites in the AL West. Maybe even the favourites to make it to the World Series. I think their roster's that formidable. But it's
Yeah,
such a game changer, isn't it? He's been so lights out in this postseason. Even
yeah,
the other day when he didn't actually have it, he didn't have his best stuff, and they still couldn't get anywhere near him.
yeah. I know.
So that's an interesting angle that I'm sure we'll hear plenty of references to free agency. Then there's the other thing about the Tigers, the former Tigers pitchers.
Oh yeah. Well, and the former Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
Because you've seen, I saw something earlier actually of it's happened like 3 times or something before, where former teammates have faced each other in the World Series, and there's a chance it could happen like multiple times in this World Series.
yeah. Well, I guess Greinke and Corbin are lined up to
Yeah,
face each other in Game 3, aren't they? And
yeah,
then later
probably.
on, there's a decent chance of Scherzer Verlander, maybe
Yeah,
if
or
they
even
rejig.
Sanchez
Yeah,
Verlander would do it.
that is of course the rotation that got swept by the Giants.
Yeah, that's that's the funny thing with that, isn't it? And that's actually a prime example of you saying being the best team doesn't matter.
Yeah, because that Tigers team was ridiculous, and they like got shut out. Was it
Yeah, it was
once or
like
twice in the
peak. It was
post
like
in the whole
peak Miguel
season?
Cabrera, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they had everything. They had absolutely, and then they had that ridiculous rotation, and all it took was Pablo Sandoval, and it was
Yeah,
turned on its head. Um, so it's difficult because we have spent basically every podcast we seem to have touched on the
yeah,
Astros and just said, aren't they amazing?
yeah. But
I still
it's
wouldn't give them more than like a
yeah.
60% chance of winning.
No, I'd maybe give them slightly more. I'd give them 65.
But
But
that's the thing with
yeah,
playoff baseball is there's
yeah.
never really that much certainty.
It's a lot of it is about if someone can get hot in the World Series and someone that is just is just gonna get hits no matter who the pitcher is,
Yeah,
consistently get hits throughout this. And I mean, basically that's what Harry Kendrick's been doing, isn't it,
yeah, he's been there.
lately? So he's like,
He's been the Marco Scutaro.
yeah, I mean it could he could be the hero again, couldn't he? Easily.
Yeah, he's a free agent as well. Actually, he's another one who's available this off season.
Yeah. Have we actually got that much more to say?
I don't think there's too much to add. Kind of just look forward to the games now, I suppose.
Yeah, and maybe we'll do another one, like after the World Series,
Yeah,
or whenever if we feel like doing another one, I suppose,
yeah,
if there's big stuff. But yeah, this is probably enough, isn't it? It's actually quite a lot shorter than our last few have been.
I guess
We,
we maybe actually got to the point occasionally. Maybe that was it.
yeah, maybe. But anyway, yeah. Look at the website, everyone. It means we got time for that plug, which we don't always have. Yeah, look at the website if you like. I mean, do it anyway. Actually, even if you don't like.
Yeah, even if you don't like, go and look at it for a bit anyway.
franchisesports.co.uk, and we're about to record a basketball podcast now. Um,
Yeah,
for anyone
a
that
debut.
actually likes more than one sport. Um, so yeah, see you next time.
Yes, that.
or in the basketball podcast later.
Yeah.